And hello there, my name is K-Hug, you can call me Kyler, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today is episode number 20 of the Season 2 Let's Play Survival series. I just want to make a quick shout out to all those of you who've been leaving the kind comments, the likes, the subscribes. I appreciate everything you guys do. If you guys keep it up, that would be great. I love looking at the analytics, I love reading the kind comments, so keep it up. Also, since you're here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, just a little like that. That's all it takes. And if you're feeling kind, leave a comment or share this with your friend, like, whatever you gotta do. Again, everything is very much appreciated. Also, for those of you who do leave us the kind comments, don't forget we have our new community member board that we will put your name up on there to live for eternity in Season 2's world. Now, we can get right into the video. And first and foremost is obviously the one thing you can see, which is this iron farm at work. Now, it's not the most efficient iron farm you've ever seen. In fact, maybe one of the most inefficient ones, but it's been working great. I did last time touch on this briefly before we went and built the bridge, and it wasn't running when I was standing here, but all I had to do was break this, replace it, and then it started running again. You did see right there during my intro, we had an iron golem spawn. So it was just working, and they just don't seem to spawn as quick as they used to. There was at one point in time I had 3 guys in here. There we go, simultaneously. So that's working, and I think I AFK'd for about 45 minutes. Now, my typical AFK range is probably going to be overnight, so it'll be, hold on, that's loud. Let's back up for a second. Let him go. Okay. So this is about the rates of 45 minutes. Not bad, not bad. That's about 6 stacks of iron. I'm pretty happy with that for 45 minutes. If I all night this for 6 hours, you're looking at potentially, well, 8 times the amount of so if we can, so it's almost a full single chest. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Now I got to make sure I've got everything. Okay, let us really quickly head on into the caldera, and we will get started with what we're going to touch on today. I don't think I need to take anything with me. Should we empty some of the stuff out in here? Maybe we take some of the stuff from the starter home here over as well, so we can take this guy down in the near future. I don't really know what we should take with us. Priority items? I don't really have priority items in here. Does anything stand out that we're like, I need that? Not really. Just a lot of junk, if I'm being honest. We do need to put these 2 oak leaves over top of the breeder. We do not have that closed off yet. We could take some of these beds back. You know what? Let's just skip out on that, leave everything here, and let's meet up at the caldera. Okay, now that we're here, what I want to touch on today, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I want to go ahead and just take one portion of this cliffside. We've been talking about the gradient that we're going to do from dirt to stone to maybe deep slate into the black stone. I want to just do a portion, and what better portion to do than maybe an area right in here. It's going to be a lot of terraforming, a lot of boring shovel work, pickaxe work, but I think it's going to give us a really good idea texture-wise how all of this is going to play out when we do the entirety of the inside of this caldera. Now, I know what you're thinking, Kyler, well, you haven't even finished the mega build yet. I'm aware there's a lot going on there. We do need to have a session, and maybe we'll dedicate one to each one of these videos, a new farm, whether that be a pumpkin farm, melon farm, bamboo farm, yada yada. We do need to get the rest of these farms going, so when we AFK here, we're producing everything we need. But also, the other half is sometimes it's just boring work, and I just don't want to do it. So we're going to do what appeases me, and it'll keep everything interesting, fun, and enjoyable for all of us. That includes me. Now, I'm ready to get started on this. We do need to go get some of the color palette items. It's going to be much like this, kind of. We were missing the deep slate in here, so it'll go from stone to probably stone brick. Stone to andesite into the deep slate stuff, and then probably through the basalts and the tuff into the blackstone, and that'll be where it finishes. So we need to go collect a bunch of items real quick, and then we can meet back over there. Okay, so we have an inventory of what we're going to use for a gradient. I've skipped Honestly, I've skipped the deep slate for the moment just because I don't think it's really going to match aesthetic wise. It's very rigid, very boxy, I guess, compared to what am I doing? Compared to like the cobblestone. So we're going to see how this looks first. But the first step though is going to be deciding where the dirt's going to stop and the stone's going to start. And I think it's going to be, we don't want it to be symmetrical, so it'll be pretty wavy through here. But we've got to get up there and we've got to get rid of all of this excess dirt. So I'm going to go ahead, clear out this dirt, and then we can get started. Let's go. And then really get a good view from back here of what this looks like. So I terraformed out this little portion. I do like how the dirt is not like a straight line. We don't want it to look like a good old bowl cut. Nobody likes a bowl cut. We want to make sure it is fluid and not rigid. No straight lines like that all the way across. It'll be ups and downs, waves. And so that's the beginning of our stone. We'll go a few blocks and we'll begin our andesite probably in this region, down into our cobble, deep slate, or not deep slate, basalt, and then the black stone's the bottom. So I can climb up there and get started with adding in and taking out, actually, first and foremost, taking out a lot of stone to put this andesite in. This is going to be probably the most complicated part of this entire process is the stonework. Oh, we're not safe. It's nighttime. I forgot. But the good news is we don't have to take stone out. We can always add stone in over the tops of all of this. Now, I'm going to take a step back one more time because I think it's looking pretty good. And really get a view of how that looks. This looks better. It's a little one-sided. That's a little blocky in the corner still, but we got to add some andesite back now. That's kind of a next step. Gosh, I really need to sleep. The next step is adding andesite back to start the transition down. There's a lot going on here with these mobs in the area. And so with that said, I don't like the stair here as well. Maybe I'll fall more in love with it once we get this carved out a little better. But I want to start putting the andesite in right up in this region. So I'm going to run up there with our lovely andesite, and we are going to start placing this in willy-nilly for now. Yeah. We're also going to fight all these mobs. Okay. I think it's going to take a lot more work. Maybe more work than I was even anticipating having to do. But we will see as we slowly craft this out. Right now I'm just kind of poking some holes that these can be filled with the andesite. Actually, we don't even need to fill that one. We can just maybe do this backdrop a little bit more. Like that. We are going to burn through andesite, I can tell already. So now I'm kind of getting a territory where most of this would probably be cobblestone. And I am anticipating making steps, or stairs, I guess, and other items to draw all this in together. So other than the andesite and everything, or the blocks, we will have stairs and any transitional blocks that we can also add to this to really just make it, we're trying to make it not look like it was built. It needs to be a natural phenomenon going on here. All right, so we're adding some more of these cobblestone bits, oops, in here with the black stone. But we need to keep in mind that this is going to go from blackstone into, or from basalt into blackstone. So we'll add a couple of those in here because this next layer down is going to get pretty dark indeed. And that's going to be because we are going from this. We'll have to figure out how to change that down into what is now going to be the next layer of this, which is, we'll add one up there for a little texture. The blackstone. This is going to be a super exciting build when it's all said and done. But this process is, not for you guys, but for me, this is going to be a long drawn out process of trying to figure out how to make all of this look like it's natural and occurring naturally throughout this build. Okay. I'm kind of loving it. I'm trying to be a little humble here and not fall in love with it head over heels, because if I end up not liking it in the future, I don't want to be taking out something that I have a lot of feelings for. But I think this is going to look fantastic. Another quick glance, and yeah, it's looking better. I know it probably looks like a lot of chaos right now, but if you imagine the entire caldera being surrounded with this black rim around the bottom, we will dip this down a little bit probably, and then up and down, up and down, up and down. And bringing this andesite and cobble in is helping transition or pull the Rushmore's heads that we're going to put in here into the rest of the build as we go around, because they will be, above and around all of these areas. So that is a good caveat or a good transition into, if you want to see your head up on the walls of the caldera around behind me, or anywhere like mine over there, leave a comment in the comment section, join the Discord that is also in my bio on both YouTube and Twitch, and send me a snapshot of your pretty mug. Give me a mug shot, and I can give you, or at least give me a reference, and I can get you guys up there as well. I just broke another block and said add a piece of cobble, and I don't know where I did that at. So that's how it's going to stay. And we will have a little walkway that's probably going to wrap down around this way into our caldera. I really want to make some more cobble across this. I think it's way too dark, way too soon. I think this platform up here, although it can have some blackstone, needs to be primarily cobble, I think, for the time being, and a little bit of this basalt still as well. I think we got a little carried away with the dark tones and textures. They do look nice. I do appreciate them, but we've got to remember this is a gradient build, and so we have to build the gradient. Funny how that works. When you want to build a gradient build, you got to build the gradient. But I gotta just be sure to continue to include cobblestone as we work our way down. Now, if I hop down, it's not much, but that little bit of cobblestone helps it match this area here. Looking very triangular. I will maybe square this off a little bit better, get rid of that weird droop there, and so it'll be a bigger one, more wide open. And maybe I'll transition the signboard into wood chunks, just because it gets really blended into the wall there. But that is here nor there. I'm not concerned about that at this moment. What I'm concerned with is maybe getting this path down. Now, we also have to remember that all of this is not going to be stone. This is all going to be blackstone. This is all going to be textured, the entire floor, much like this. This is the end product of the entire inside of the volcano here, from that gradient down into this texture. So imagine all of that's kind of how it is. Starting about there, we'll start doing this. And then finally, there will be some lava rivers in and amongst all of this to help tie in the lava features there. We are talking one heck of a training masterpiece, and I am the worst at training, and that's why we are doing this. Sometimes it's best to go out of your comfort zone and try some new things, and that's exactly what we are attempting to do. So, with that said, I know it hasn't been long. We haven't gotten much done, but this is looking pretty fantastic. Let's work on the steps a little bit. I have some stone left. That looks pretty good. I don't know what to do with this junk. We've always got junk. Just toss it in a random box. Usually our solution to everything. Okay. Well, I'm going to do some AFKing while we're gone, just to kind of get up on our resources. So I'll look into this more. Maybe I'll load this into a different world and do some more finagling with this without something that we can delete and not hurt our pride. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna head back to the head back over to the iron farm because that is where I'm going to sit for a few hours. Let me head over there and then we can get out of here. Well, I guess that kind of leads us into our next item, which is getting out of here. I appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with me today. Let me, oh, there we go. Perfect. Let me head on down here. Oh, safely secure in our underground bunker. I'm going to get rid of the game noise for you to listen to that. But I'm going to sit here for a couple hours and AFK while I do some other things offline. So thank you guys for coming and hang out with me. I appreciate everything you do, the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribe. So keep all that up. And yeah, I guess if you're still here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you're feeling kind, give this video a like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to leave a kind comment to make it onto the member board that we kind of doctored up today a little bit. And without further ado, stay beautiful, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.